everyone, we're looking in on the bucket system that I am seeing how much of the paper Amazon tape, purportedly paper tape, is compostable by worms. And you can see already our dilemma, these threads that seem to be persisting, and oh my goodness, you know, they do look like fiberglass. Look at them. Can you see them glistening in the light? The worms have done a good job eating the newspaper. It's almost totally gone, so perhaps I'll bury that in the feeding zone this time. You know, I don't want to disturb this tape and start breaking it into bits, because I do believe that's one of the problems, is that when we shred a box and we have little remnants of Amazon tape on it, those little tiny, the shreds contain those little fiberglass threads, but they're in such small segments that we never really realize what we are putting through our shredder. This is a piece of shredded cardboard that came through my shredder. You can actually see those fiberglass threads. That was a remnant of Amazon tape still clinging to the fragment of cardboard. Now, if the shredder had taken it horizontally instead of longitudinally like this, you would never see those threads. They would be cross-cut. They would be little tiny segments. But this just happened that the piece of cardboard went through the shredder, lined up with the tape. So these threads are long, and well, they're about an inch long. So certainly long enough to see. So this is what we are finding in the Amazon tape bucket. But more importantly, anytime you put Amazon cardboard through your shredder, you know, if you don't get every thread of that tape off, this is the residue. This is what's coming. And what I'm testing here is, does this ever compost down in a worm bin? And so a lot of you have told me that, you know, you've also wondered about those threads if you don't quite get them all the way off your boxes. And so this is what we're testing out here, and just trying to see whether what they look like when they have been composted down by worms. This is what I have in one clump so far of what the Amazon tape looks like. So let me just start accumulating some of the tape. The good thing is that those threads are strong. They don't break easily. So I am pulling, and even against the weight of the castings, the threads aren't breaking. My goodness. It's probably why they put them in the tape. There's all my Amazon tape debris coming up. Looks kind of like corn silk, doesn't it? But it's not. It's Amazon tape. I haven't put corn silk in here. I don't even think I've put corn in this bin. It is being fed a conventional diet. I did not start with a lot of worms in this bucket system, but I have added worms over the months that this Amazon tape has been in here. I'll put the date on the screen of how long this bin has been in operation with this Amazon tape. So I have added worms. I think I started with 20 worms, and then I added a few more. So this is not a high-powered system in terms of worm power. I just saw a cocoon. They are reproducing in here. All right, so here's my big pile of undigested tape. I'll just make a hole on this side. Oops, worms out of the way. Make a hole on this side, all the way down to the bottom of this bucket. I mentioned in another video that a bucket system is harder to fluff, in my opinion. It's harder to get right down to the bottom. It's easier with a tote with nice smooth corners, in my opinion. All right, there's the big lump of Amazon tape. So there it is. So the food is going to go on top of that again. That is definitely a cocoon right there in the Amazon tape. That's interesting. All right, so I'm going to feed the food right on top so the food juices permeate down into that Amazon tape area. So I've just got a little bit of food left in this dish. It's a combination of pumpkin and regular food scraps blended together. Some tea leaves, some carrot tail ends, and the like. Probably a banana peel in with a bunch of pumpkin with some eggshell grit in there. I promised I would give them this piece of newspaper that they were mostly finished on the top. Just going to give them a handful of regular bedding to give them some fresh carbon. Okay, that's quite a bit of paper in there. Hope that's not too much. But these castings here are quite moist, and that feeding was a moist one, so I have faith that the moisture will equalize in this bin and the worms will be able to get to it. All right, folks, that's another week of waiting to see what those fiberglassy threads will turn into once the worms are done with them. All right, take care. Bye for now.